Hello students. Today let's discuss the previously asked question based on AC circuits, and in previous classes we have discussed some of the things on that, like instantaneous current, instantaneous voltage, RMS voltage, RMS current. So these questions we have discussed there, and some of the questions on circuits we have discussed. So let's now discuss questions from papers. One second. So I have paper of the year that is of the year 2011, and this question has been asked alternately and every year. So as I told you, there are two two applications of AC circuit and electromagnetic inductions we have to study here. That is AC generator, and also second thing is transformer. So alternately these two questions has been asked in your examination. So these two topics are very important, their diagram, their working principle, and the working of them and uses. So all these things are really very important here. So question that is from this chapter, that is state the working of AC generator with the help of a level diagram. And next question, here are 2-3 questions are contained in this. The coil of an AC generator having capital N turns, each of area A, is rotated with a constant angular velocity omega. Then deduce the expression for the alternating voltage generated in the coil. Next, what is the source of energy generation in this device? So you can see that in this question, that is a 5 marks question, and whole of the things about AC generator is asked here. So these types of questions can be asked, means whole of the things you have to study, not only the diagram. You have to study what is the principle, what is the working, what is component of AC generator, and also if there is a generation of EMF, then what will be its expression. So let's discuss that here. So basically, first of all, what is AC generator? So AC generator is that device which converts mechanical work into the electrical energy. So like if you know the electric motor, then electric motor just convert the electrical energy into mechanical energy, but here this convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So easily we can just obtain electrical energy with the help of AC generator. Next, the principle on which it is working, that is electromagnetic induction. So this is also an application of electromagnetic induction here. So as you know that electromagnetic induction is the phenomena whenever there is change in magnetic flux linked with the coil, then that time an EMF is generated in that coil, and the tendency and direction of EMF, you know, that is given by Lenz's law. So you can you know already. So here this diagram that is given here that I have drawn already. So this is the diagram of AC generator here. So in the case of AC generator, let's just study its components. So first question was that draw the level diagram of AC generator and discuss its component. So this is the diagram of AC generator we have. So here we are seeing that first of all, the first component we have, that is armature. So armature is the rectangular coil that we are seeing here, that is placed between two pole pieces of any magnet here. So here we are seeing that the one magnet we have just placed, and a rectangular coil we have placed between them. So this is the armature here. Next, with the help of with two sides of this armature, we have just attached two metallic hollow rings here, R1 and R2, and also here two brushes you are seeing, B1 and B2, through which it is this metallic ring is attached, and then at last we are taking a resistor through which we can take the output here, means through load we can take the output EMF voltage. So this is basic diagram of AC generator. Only 4-5 things that we are need here. First thing, that the armature. Second thing, the magnet. Third thing, these hollow metallic rings. And fourth things here, that is the load through which we can take output. Now what is the working of this AC generator, how it convert, or how can we produce the AC voltage with the help of this generator. So whenever these pulses or these coils are moving, then with their movement, the angle between these armature and or you can say that the angle between plane of armature and these pole pieces, or you can say that between the magnetic field, that changes. So you know that whenever the angle between plane of coil and magnetic field, that will change, then obviously the flux attached to it, that will be changed. You know that flux is given by VA cos theta. So whenever theta is changing due to change in the direction of this armature, that is here. So here we what we are doing exactly, we are just using mechanical work, and means there is rotation, there is motion. So and due to that, the theta that is attached, or you can say that the angle between magnetic field and the plane of coil, that is changing continuously. And if the plane or angle between plane of coil, that will change, then obviously due to change in that, there will be change in flux also. Here one more thing that you have to keep in your mind, that is the area of this armature that we have taken, that is constant. This rectangular coil, obviously its area will be constant, and the pole magnet that we have taken, that is also, that has uniform magnetic field here. So the thing that is changing here, that is only angle. We are not changing field, we are not changing area here, we are changing only the direction or the angle between area and plane of coil and magnetic field. And due to change in that direction, obviously the flux that is linked with the coil, that will change. And you know that whenever the flux will change, there will be a generation of an EMF, and that is, you know that already in case of electromagnetic induction we have just discussed there. So it means that by only moving the armature, we can just produce some of the electric supply here. So that and the induced EMF or the current that is generated here due to this process, due to change in flux, so obviously an EMF will generate, or a current will that is produced in the circuit. Then the direction of current, that you can just calculate easily by the Fleming's hand rule. So you can apply that, and you can see that it is from A to B, it is from C to D. You can understand it very easily. So I think the direction of current we have studied already in cases of moving charges and magnetism. Then I think there is no need to again tell it how to just find out its direction. But still, the main reason is, or factor is here, how the EMF means how can we generate EMF with the help of AC generator. So basically we have to only change the flux that is linked with this coil due to this magnet. So obviously there are three methods for the change in flux. First, the magnetic field is changed, means we can change the magnetic field. Second, we can change area of the loop or whatever that we are taking. Third thing, if we will change the angle between plane of loop and the magnetic field. So by using three methods, we can change magnetic flux, and also we can produce EMF there. But still here we are using only the third factor, means we have constant area, constant magnetic field, but still we are just changing the angle between them, and with the help of that we can produce here the electromagnetic EMF by the help of electromagnetic induction. So I think now the working of AC generator, diagram of AC generator, and the working of all the components, that is now clear, student. And if that one is clear, then next question we have, that is, if this armature that we have, that has number of turns, means we have just wrapped a number of coils on this. So suppose capital N is the coil there, and things that is given, let's take this again. The coil of AC generator having capital N turns, each of area A. So each turn has area A, and obviously the total area what will be N into A, is rotated with a constant angular velocity omega. Clear? So it is rotating, and due to that rotation theta is changing obviously, and due to change in theta there is the production of electromagnetic induction here. So we have to deduce the expression for the EMF that is produced with the help of this AC generator. So first of all, the flux associated with this coil, that will be equal to phi is equal to N V dot A. Clear? If A is the area of each circle, then number of turns is capital N, then whole of the area, that will be equal to NA here. And now if you will solve it, then this will be NBA cos of theta. And here it is given that it is rotating with the angular velocity omega. So at any instant t, its phase will be, or the angle that is drawn, that will be cos omega t. You can write it here. Clear? So we have this plus, and phi is equal to NBA cos omega t. Now if it is rotating, and due to that rotation, the angle between magnetic field and plane of the coil, that is changing. So due to change in that angle, obviously there will be the production of there will be production of an induced EMF here, and that induced EMF is given by Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. So by help of that, the value of this induced EMF, that is equal to, you know that this is rate of change of this flux. And here minus sign, you know already, that denotes that this induced EMF, that is opposing any kinds of change in flux further. So that's why due to this opposition, means it is opposing its own cause, own source. So we are just taking minus sign here. Now just put the value of phi here. So this will be E is equal to minus ddt of NBA cos omega t, and if we will solve it, then we will get minus NBA. Know that the differentiation of this thing will be omega sine of omega t, and cos omega t will be minus sine omega t here. So this will be finally NBA omega cos omega t. Sorry, here this is sine omega t. And if suppose that we have to find out what will be the maximum value of EMF in this or through this AC generator, so obviously the value of sine omega t, that should be maximum, and maximum value of sine omega t, that is plus 1. So with the help of that, we can find out it. This will be equal to, suppose maximum value of EMF that we are denoting by E0. So this will be equal to NBA omega. So this is the value of peak value of the EMF or in case of AC generator. Some of the numericals can be asked also in, based on that. But still, this is, if this thing, then we can write this expression in terms of peak value, that is E is equal to E0 sine omega t. So this is the expression for the EMF that is produced in any AC generator, or you can just write this expression also. If you don't write that, then there is no problem, but still you can write it in this form also. So this is the basic, and this question was given, and number of times this question has been asked. As I told you, alternately it has been asked. So in every year, you can say continuously. In some of the years, continuously it has been asked, because the reason is that if you have in 5 marks questions, we have the options there. So in one of the option, if AC generator question is given, then or in other option the question based on transformer is given. So that's why both the topics I'm repeatedly I'm telling you to study it. That's very important really. So next question that is asked in year 2012, we have that is the figure shows a series LCR circuit with impedance, capacitance and resistance connected to a variable frequency 240 volt source. Then let's see first of all circuit that is given to us. This is a series LCR circuit that is given. So here in this case we are seeing that this is a source that is connected with some resistance, capacitance and inductance here. The value of this L, C and R, that is given already. So value of L is here, this is 5.4 Henry. Value of C, this is given 80 microfarad. Value of R, this is 40 ohm. And this is connected to the variable frequency, it is given 240 volt. So as it is given that this is the variable frequency, it means that it has the voltage of the source that is given already to us. So first of all we can find out what will be the maximum value of the voltage here or EMF here, or let's see next of the thing what we have to discuss. First of all, later I will discuss it. So first question is here, we have to calculate the angular frequency of the source which drives the circuit at resonance. So here one factor that comes here, that is the property of resonance. You know that whenever the vibrations or the frequency that is generated in the circuit, that becomes equal to the frequency of the AC source, then that time the whole of the circuit starts to vibrate or starts to oscillate with the frequency of the source, not with their own frequency. Then that condition is known as resonance. This condition we have discussed in previous classes in the chapter wave and oscillation there. So and in that case you have seen three types of oscillations. We have simple harmonic motion, damped harmonic motion and forced harmonic motion. So in case of forced harmonic motion, we have just seen that first of all, in case of simple harmonic, that is the ideal case where we are taking that once if the system will comes into oscillation, then that will oscillate for the infinite time without doing any work on it. But still that is ideal cases, as we have just neglected all any other presence of the forces. Like if here a simple pendulum or something is just vibrating, then you have seen that after some time that stops its vibration. So that types of oscillation is known as damped harmonic oscillation. Reason why it is called damped, because there is number of forces that are present in the system there. So if number of forces that are present in the system, it means that like if here some of the pendulum or some of the bob that is oscillating, then air is the medium or that is present, and you know that air has properties of viscosity, properties of elasticity and properties of energy obviously. So due to all these properties and also frictional property, so due to all these properties, whenever we are just starting any kinds of motion through it, then these air particles opposes that motion. Obviously that disturbs their configurations, their equilibrium position, then definitely they will oppose it due to their elastic and inertial property. And obviously they are just trying to restore their own position. Then restoring forces are acting in the system, and also you know that friction and viscosity that opposes any kinds of motion there also. So it means that number of forces are acting to retard the motion of the system or motion of the bob, pendulum, whatever you just want to say here. So after some time, means if forces are acting and the body have to be in motion, then definitely it will use some of its energy to prevent its motion from that resisting forces. So some of the energy will be lost in to prevent them. Again it will oscillate, and again it will use its energy to prevent it, and ultimately due to loss in energy it will comes into the rest. So such types of motions are called damped harmonic motion. So whenever we just want to take energy from any source, any oscillating source, because here you know that we are using in this concept electromagnetic induction concept here, and electromagnetic induction is possible whenever we have some of the oscillating magnetic field. So a continuous oscillation of field, or you can say that a continuous change in flux that we are needing here for our own purpose, then definitely we need such types of circuit which can give a continuous production of the EMF here, or continuous oscillation can be provided. So for that case we have studied a special case, that is forced harmonic oscillation there. In case of forced harmonic oscillation, originally we are just changing the damped harmonic oscillation into simple harmonic oscillation. Means we are just converting our own system to oscillate for the long time without any change or with change in amplitude or without any loss in their energy. So this condition is possible whenever we will use some of the external source to provide energy to the system to prevent the external resisting forces. Means the where in case of damped harmonic, system was using its own energy to prevent that resisting forces. Now we are providing external energy to prevent the motion of the system from that resisting forces. So such type kinds of oscillation is known as forced harmonic oscillation. Means we are just forcing the body to oscillate with its own frequency in starting, and we are just supplying energy to prevent it from any kinds of resisting forces. So during the oscillation, whenever we just change the frequency of the source that we are using externally, then a time will occur when the frequency of the source will become equal to the frequency of the oscillation of the whole body. Or if you are taking this example of LCR, then obviously they have their own, or if they are oscillating, they are changing, then they have their own frequency, and it's their frequency is whenever or at any time when its frequency of the system becomes equal to the frequency of the source, then that condition is known as resonance. So basically example of resonance we have just discussed there also, and practical on that resonance tube we have discussed. So I think that is now clear. So here in case of LCR circuit, that concept is very important here, the concept of forced harmonic oscillation. If you can understand this, then you can understand the properties of LCR circuit also. So here the resonance condition that we just obtained, then you know that at resonance the frequency of oscillation in case of LCR circuit, that is given by omega is equal to 1 upon root of L into C. So here L is the inductance, C is the capacitance. Then we have to find out what is the angular frequency of the source. So obviously omega is angular frequency, then we have to find out the value of omega here. So let's just put the value of L here. Value of L we have, that is 50. Value of C we have, that is 80 microfarads. Is converted into farad first, and after that solve this system. So this will be equal to 1 upon into 10 to the power minus 6 here. Sorry students, here this is 5.0 I think, so that's why this will be only 400 here. And now if you will solve it, then we can obtain, let's see here. So this omega, this will be obtained 1 upon 20 into 10 to the power minus 3, or if you can solve it, then this will be 20. Again you can just solve it, then this will be equal to 50 per second. So this is basically the angular frequency of the system here. So I think now there is no confusion how to calculate the angular frequency. First of all, that things you have to keep in your mind, what is angular frequency and what is frequency. Here if you have to calculate the frequency of oscillation, then that time this will be equal to 2 pi f there, and f is the frequency of oscillation. So simple angular frequency and frequency we can calculate at resonance easily. Next question is here, second question in this, that is what will be the value of current at this resonating frequency. So you know that at the resonating frequency the system will oscillate or system has minimum value of impedance there and maximum value of current that time, and that maximum value of current, that is given by E by Z. So where Z is the impedance of the circuit and E is peak value of the voltage there. So let's just find out what is the value of first of all impedance here. So you know that impedance in case of LCR circuit, that is given by R square plus XL minus C whole square, and this is called the reactance of the inductance circuit, reactance of the capacitance circuit. Here one by one, why I am just taking all these things, so that you can just remind the factors that you have studied, and with the help of that you can understand, or you can just keep that all these formulas in your mind. So here if you will explain it, the value of reactance or inductance circuit, that is given by omega L, and value of this is equal to 1 by omega C. So this value we have. Now we have just calculated the value of omega here. We have value of R, that is given in the question. Value of L is given. Value of C is given. Now we can just solve what is the value of Z here. Next thing that we needed here, that is the peak value of voltage here. And you know that the voltage that is given in our question, that is 240 volt. That is RMS voltage that given. So obviously with the help of the concept of RMS voltage, you can calculate what will be the value of P. So this will be equal to E is equal to root 2 E RMS, and the value of E RMS, that is 240 volt. So you can just put the value and you can solve it, and after solution we have E value of E, we have value of Z, we can find out what will be the value of current here. So that actually calculation is very long, so here I am not going to take that. Only you can understand how to solve it and what the factors are given here, what the formula that you have to use here. Next thing that we have to find out what is the RMS potential drop across the capacitor at the resonance. So if you have to find out what will be the RMS potential drop across the capacitor, then across capacitor, first of all we will find out what will be the value of current there. So in case of capacitor, you know that this impedance, that is given by 1 upon omega C. So obviously the value of this E in case of capacitor, just 1 second. As we have this, E is equal to I into Z. See? And you know that the current in the circuit in case of series, that will be same in all the components. Obviously that is same, and we have just find out what is the value of current. I have told you how to find out it. And after finding out, put the value of current here. Suppose we have some value of current I0 after calculation, and Z is the, we have to find out here RMS potential drop across the capacitor at resonance. So you know that here we have to take the impedance of capacitor circuit only, because we have to find out only the voltage drop across capacitor. So when you know that the impedance of capacitor circuit is 1 upon omega C. So here you can write it, this is equal to 1 by omega C. And we have value of omega also, we have value of C, we have just calculated I0. Then we can just put it and we can find out what is the peak value here. And after finding out this, we can find out what is E RMS. So this is equal to E by root 2. And with the help of that, you can find out what will be the potential drop across E RMS easily. So again one mark question, that is here again with the help of AC generator, that is in 1 mark is had been asked, what is the source of energy in case of AC generator. So as we have discussed that in case of AC generator, basically the principle that is applicable there, that is electromagnetic induction, and the source of energy here, that is the mechanical work that is doing by the armature, and due to that mechanical work or due to rotation of that armature or that coil, the angle between the coil plane of the coil and magnetic field, that is changing, and due to that the flux that is attached with the coil due to the magnet that we have placed, that will change, and due to change in flux just EMF will be produced here. So this is the basic cause of the production of EMF in case of AC generator here. And if it will ask that what is the principle of AC generator, then simple electromagnetic induction is the principle of AC generator. So today students, we have discussed number of questions here with the help of series LCR circuit, and the principle, with the help of that I have just told you what are the principle that lies behind it. Next, the question that is asked with the other series, like we have pure inductive circuit, pure capacitive circuit, and we know that what is the relationship between current and voltage there. In one case, in case of inductor, just current lags behind the voltage, and in case of capacitor, it just lead the voltage. So how can you just derive expression for that? Means how can you just express the current is leading or lagging? So that property is asked in one of the year, that is again year in 2011. So number of questions has been asked. It is 5 mark question again, that is asked from the AC circuit chapter. So here that is question, so that in an AC circuit containing a pure inductor, the voltage is ahead of current by pi by 2 in phase. As I told you, current is lag there by the with the voltage, then definitely we can prove it, and that proof is quite long. So in next class we will discuss that how the current is leading or lagging here. So actually I have just seen that the questions has been asked from both of the topics, like just draw the phasor diagram in case of capacitive circuits and just prove that current is leading the voltage there, and this question is asked for the inductance also. So let's discuss that in next class. So for today, let's just end here, students. Let's discuss these things in next class, and in that class the whole of the questions with the this chapter we will discuss, and after that we will discuss the electromagnetic induction. So just end it here today.